Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer reading. The new moon is happening on Monday the 17th at 2:23 p.m. Eastern Time Zone here in the U.S. It is squaring your sign, so you might feel a little tension coming in around this energy. It is... Okay. It is opposing Capricorn, Saturn, and let's try that one more time. Pluto and Capricorn. So when a new moon is planted, it's a seed of intention. It becomes a full moon. And this one, when it becomes a full moon, it becomes a full moon at the same degree point. The sun will be at the same degree point that Capricorn is right now. That Pluto is right now. I'm so sorry. I tried to do a reading for you, and I had to. It was so much energy that I had to take a nap, and so I'm going to do it again. So I'm not quite awake yet. So let's just see what happens here. So that energy there. This is a significant transit that is happening. It is a Cassini new moon. You are being invited. You are being invited to go ahead and to take that half hour before to half hour after this very fertile ground to plant a seed of intention for something that you really want to manifest and create, because the North Node within a day or so is moving into your sign. And so we are wrapping up a cycle and starting a new one with this new moon, but for you it's very significant. So here, the overall energy, we have the cross. And the cross is, it's sometimes a burden, but I think, you can't really see it, so I'm going to try to explain to you what I'm seeing. There's, it looks like this hermit energy, and he's holding the light, and he's looking for the light inside. And so right here. And so I feel like for you, this is an opportunity for you to find the light within you to light the way. And this new moon, it's like that. It's sometimes really dark, right? At the new moon, it's dark, and so there's a chance for you to do a little reflecting, to go within inside to find what it is that you are seeking. So interesting cards here. You have a big shift in change in your energy around resources. Resources is your time, it's your finances, it's your emotional energy, it's any kind of energetic exchange. It's knowledge and wisdom that you've gained. It's your ability to bring those things in and to manifest them and to create them. So the key to the situation here is you have the male. It's about taking action in the direction that you want to go. And in the house of the rider, the house of the action to take, you have the rider. So that means that you are being definitely encouraged to go ahead and move in the direction that you want to go. Okay, the last reading, which was really, they really wanted to talk to you about how resilient you are. How that no matter what has happened to you in your life, you have the ability to bounce back and to be resilient, and we're having this again. So we have the card of the wounded. Be gentle with yourself and others, because we all have been wounded in some way, and a wound will always cry out to be healed. And it comes with the dreamer. Look to the day and the night dreams for guidance, and keep dreaming, keep visioning, keep and give back by helping others realize their dreams. Both of those messages came through in the previous reading. And so it was very much this energy around understanding the humanity of others. And we do not forgive other people because they need it. We forgive them to release ourselves, to set ourselves free, to have the freedom to make choices and decisions based on what our hopes, our goals, and our dreams are, as opposed to trying to feel safe and protected. Because in the area of what has been the obstacle, we have the tower, and the tower is about protection. And so it's also about being able to see the bigger picture. And since this has been the obstacle, sometimes it's when we are acting and making choices in life based on our wounds, and I'm never going to let anyone do that to me again energy. When we do that, then we cut ourselves off of the opportunity to really transform our lives and to move in the direction we want to go. And so this new moon, which is opening up a very long cycle, takes us through the end of the decade, is an opportunity to manifest and create with the energy of abundance, as opposed to the energy of lack or the energy of self-protection. You are being given the opportunity to choose to believe in your own abundance and your own right to it. Now, part of this is the energetic exchange, right? We have this open book here in the energy of the fish, the energy exchange, the abundance. And so it's kind of like opening the book, clearing the slate, turning the page on situations that have drained your energy by just releasing them and letting them go, wiping the slate clean. You don't need an explanation. You don't need to know why. You don't even need to tell them that you're doing this. It is something that you're choosing to do within you, right? It's this burden here that you are willing to release by choosing to follow the light within and not allowing other people to place their crap into your life and have it affect your energy. And so no matter where this happened, and generally this stuff happens in our childhood, but patterns get repeated in variations throughout our life until we say, wait a minute, I'm my own sovereign power and I get to choose and decide for myself. So I'm going to take action to move in the direction I choose to go in, and I'm going to anchor myself down into the small details. We have the mice. The mice can sometimes be about anxiety, but we never want to anchor into anxiety, so that's not the message here. This is the message of we release our anxiety of trying to focus on the big picture. Okay, seeing everything. Hold on. When you're feeling overwhelmed, I just had this conversation with myself this morning. Like, sometimes I feel like really tired by a lot of, I'll wake up, I'm like, oh God, I'm so tired. And I realize I'm not tired, I'm overwhelmed. And I said, I heard myself say, so, it's like my higher self talks to me, and like early in the morning, right when I wake up, things that come out of my mouth are not for me, right? And so it's like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, the only way to handle that, the best way to handle that is what can you do right now, in this moment? And it's by the moment, by the moment, by the moment. And so it's focusing on the small steps, the small details, and it doesn't really matter. The writer in the energy of what choice and change or action to take is to take a step. And they're saying, but it doesn't have to be a big step. It has to be a small step. It could be a small step, right? It's like focusing on the next detail. What is the next thing I can do? What can I do in this moment? Because it's when like you have a big project to do, right? And you have a lot of things that are like due at school or at work or something like that. And you think, God, this is so much. I just can't get this all done. And it creates all this anxiety, which is kind of paralyzing for me. And it might be for you too. But when I stop and I go, okay, but if I do this right now, I take that off my plate. If I do this right now, if I do this right now. And so it's kind of like at the end of the day, that to-do list that never got done, I started creating a to-done list. I actually, in my calendar, opened up my calendar and I'd write down all the things I did so I could feel proud of what I did instead of worrying about the pile of stuff I still hadn't gotten to yet. And so there's some of that energy coming through here. In the area of where you're seeking information, we have the letter. And so there is some kind of a written contract, a letter you're waiting on. It could be around email. It could be there's something that you are seeking information around, something that has been written down, and you're waiting for it to come in. And in the area of the details and the anxiety, we have the birds. But this bird is this is a hawk. It always looks like he's dropping a letter to me because they have that little diamond there. But so the information that's coming in, and we have the snake, but the snake is the cobra, and it's almost as though you're afraid that the information that's coming in is going to bite you. There's a fear around the information. Or because this is in the past, some news information came in, going through your emails, you found something, like you missed something or whatever. You're like, crap. It created some kind of anxiety. Okay, so what they just showed me is really interesting. I was driving one day and I saw a hawk, and this is a hawk, and he was carrying a snake in his mouth. And I thought, well, you don't see that every day. But the bird, the information, right? handled the scary thing. And it was the predator. They're both predators. But the thoughts handled the sneakiness. So there's like this clarity that needs to come in, the news and the information here. And in the area of resources, you have the book. This is new, this is more information, more. I think what you need to know will be there, but it just feels like there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a need to sort through it. In the heart space, you have the storks moving forward, and the stork is about a long-awaited change. It's in the energy moving forward. It can represent 9, right? 9 months, 9 weeks, 9 days. It's also about nurturing and taking care of yourself when it's in the heart space. Okay. So this one here says to create space. It's got these little nesting, right? So this is very much like a new moon in Cancer energy here of creating space. But here's the thing, is the stork here, usually it's just one stork. Here we have a pair, and the eggs have hatched. There's two eggs in this card, and there's 2 little birds in the stork card. So right now, it's about creating space, right? The dream, the vision, planting the seeds of intention with this new moon. But it looks like it's 2 things. It's like it's 2 things that are going to come forward for you. Also, we have the 2 mice, 2 small things. Small things grow, though. Wow. This one here says, create space, and this one says, clear the way. And again, we have these 2 birds. So white sage, which is that healing, that releasing, that letting go, that purifying, that allowing something to really go. It's clearing space. And then the raspberries, that is the fruit that with lots of little seeds in it, which means more opportunities to come, right? So there's a need to really clear some kind of a energetically do a major clearing here to bring something in. And then you have the star flower. Wow. Finding grace. Finding grace. Which will allow you to release this burden. I feel like there's 2 things going on here. I feel like you are overburdened, overwhelmed by something that has, it feels like business work, paperwork, crap going on, built up everywhere, right? Sometimes when I'm not feeling good, my mail piles up and it takes me forever to get through it. So it feels like there's that piece, or if you're not feeling good and you aren't, well, most of you aren't in school right now, especially because it would be summer semester anyways, but summer semesters, they pack a lot in a very short time, and if you take a day off to go to the beach, all of a sudden you're like a whole week behind in a class, right? And so it feels like there's just a lot, right? The action step here is very, very clearly defined. In the area of resources, in the area to transform the resources, the knowledge, the wisdom, the financial situation, whatever it is, your time, your energy, it is about you choosing, making the choice to take action today. With this new moon, plant that seed of intention and start taking action, but it's small steps. It's not great big giant leaps and bounds. This is small stuff. There's more information coming in. You're going to see the bigger picture as this comes in. And that's one issue. The other issue, the other thing that is coming up, and maybe it's like those 2 little birds there, is this energy around clearing space emotionally and healing in order to allow financial abundance to come in, because everything is connected and everything is related. It says wild. May express all that you are. And so that's why there's multiple areas here. You're not just your work. You're not just your home life. You're not just who you are out with friends. You're not just who you are when you're by yourself. You're all of those things. You're very multifaceted. This has the 4 elements on it: earth, wind, fire, and water. This diamond has 4 corners to it. The burden has 4 corners to it. There's all this 4-cornered energy about creating a solid foundation for yourself. But then there's the dream and the wish, the star flower, which adds a 5th dimension to it. The dreams, the hopes, the goals, the wishes. So there's the solid foundation, but don't forget, you are all of that. And when you encompass all of that, that's when you really shine. So go for your dreams. Keep dreaming, keep envisioning, and give back by helping others to realize their dreams. That was a message that came through in the other reading I tried to do for you, was you get everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Zig Ziglar used to say that all the time. And so there's also a need to reach out and help others. These 2 little mice, they're nose to nose, they're collaborating. There's a collaborative energy here. There's 2 birds, 2 mice, 2 storks having more storks. There's a collaborative energy here. Ooh, I never noticed this before. We got these 2 little fish swimming one way and 1 fish going the other way. You know, don't be afraid to change direction. Okay, I think that's it. I'm on Facebook every day. I'm opening up my books for the fall. So if you'd like to schedule a reading with me, send me an email and we can get you hooked up with one. You guys take really good care of yourselves. This is opening up a very large cycle that takes us through the end of the decade. And so don't worry about that. Just worry about right now, what's the next best thing you can do? What is the next step? What is the next step? And make those choices. And then it starts to, eventually you look back and you realize you've come a lot further than you realized by just focusing on the next step. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.